तथा परे त्वात्मसमाधियोग बलेन जित्वा प्रकृतिं बलिष्ठां त्वामेव धीराः पुरुषं विशन्ति तेषां श्रमस्यान्न तु सेवयाते. To attain the liberation, moksha, one has to please the Lord and overcome one's physical and psychological natures. Among the seekers, there are two types. The first ones follow the way of yoga and pranayama and succeed in overcoming their psychological and physical natures and please the Lord and consequently attain the moksha. The second ones always indulge in shravana, study, manana, churning over the matters, dhyana, contemplation, and thereby overcome the physical and psychological nature, and that pleases the Almighty, resulting in final liberation. The first ones who follow the way of yoga can overcome their mind through yoga and pranayama and attain the liberation sooner than the ones who follow the way of knowledge, jnana. ये तु तद्भाविताः लोके एकान्तित्वं समाश्रिताः एतदभ्यधिकं तेषां तत्तेजः प्रविशन्त्युत. The seekers who show a big amount of devotion to the Lord will get the moksha, liberation, which gives them more pleasure than the that of the seekers who follow the way of yoga. The way of yoga and pranayama gives the liberation sooner, but that is full of so many hardships and is tedious, and moreover gives less bliss in moksha. On the contrary, the way of knowledge, jnana, gives moksha later and not much tedious, and gives a bigger amount of bliss in moksha. Tesham shramasyan natu sevayate. O Lord, the seekers who follow the way of yoga and pranayama will get very much tired, but not those who follow the way of knowledge. Vayoscha prakritir vishnoho jayo bhaktaiva nanyatha. Even those who follow the way of yoga and pranayama are supposed to show at least some amount of devotion to Lord Prana, Goddess Prakriti, and Lord Purushottama. Without bhakti, no seeker no matter whether he is a yogi or jnani, can get salvation. But the yogis are more dependent upon yoga and pranayama than the knowledge, whereas the jnanis are more dependent upon jnana, bhakti and vairagya, knowledge, devotion and detachment, than the yoga and pranayama. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, nothing is as sacred as knowledge in this universe. Nanyah pantha vidyate ayanaya. Nothing other than the knowledge can give moksha. Muktir jnatvapi vishnum syat, shastram shrutva tatodhikam. Muktau sukham tat patatah tatopyadhikamishyate. Vyakhyaatustu samam muktau sukham nanyasya kasyachit. Tatodhikam tu devanam mukhya vyakhya krito hite. The liberation can be attained even by knowing the Supreme Being through any of a number of informal ways, such as yoga, pranayama, and other ways. But one can get more internal pleasure in mukti through the study of shastras. There are two types among those who study the shastras. The first ones just listen to the spiritual teachings. The second ones, upon listening to the teachings, try to study it themselves. Those who study the scriptures themselves will get more pleasure in mukti. The one who studies the shastras and preaches them to others will get, by the grace of Lord, more pleasure in mukti. Compared to the human beings, the heavens, devas, will be graced with more pleasure in moksha, as they are the ones who can really understand the scriptures and teach them efficiently to others. All these sources show us the importance of knowledge, as it is said in this Upanishad, Tamevaikam janata atmanam anyavacho munchata amrtasyaisha setuho. Do try to know that Supreme Being. Just set aside other things. You can attain the liberation only if you can know that Supreme Being.